So welcome everyone. We know this is some pretty trying times right now. We at Smart Mouth are going to put a few ideas out to you to help you move the product that you have. This is all about mass feeding in quantities. So if you're doing drive-throughs or anything like that. So we're going to show you how to par bake the product and how to package it and distribute it. So keep in mind, this is something you don't want to use down the road because it really does affect the product. But under these circumstances, we can still provide a nutritious meal for our students. So let's get started. So my name is Brian and I'm in Texas. And I'm going to introduce you to Jamie, who will be walking you through the steps on how we're going to do this. Okay guys, so we're going to teach you how to pan these up. It's a little bit different. We're going to be using sheet pans. The key, Jamie's going to show you how to do that in just a second. Though we do want to note, when you do these, leave them out for about 20 minutes before you start the process that Jamie's going to show you.
Okay, we're going to use a standard sheet pan. And we're going to place in the pan the cookie paper. And then we're going to apply pan spray to the paper to the pizza crust and stick. Doesn't take a lot. Then we're going to get the frozen crust out of the case. And we can get 8 crusts on a sheet pan.
So that was 8 crusts per sheet pan. So you're going to be putting those in a little bit different than typically.
Okay, now that we've got the sheet pan unloaded, we're going to let it sit out for about 20 minutes or so. And then we're going to put it in the proofer.
Got it.
In order to get the dough to rise, we have basically 3 options. We could use a proofer at about 120 degrees for about 45 minutes. If you don't have a proofer, you could use your warmer, but it can't get hotter than 120 degrees. So you may have to leave the door open so it doesn't overheat. If the temperature gets over 140 degrees, it'll kill the yeast and the dough won't rise. Or it could overproof and then fall. The third option is just to leave it out in the kitchen for a couple hours and see if it'll rise if you have a warm kitchen. But if it's a cold day and you have a cold kitchen, that might not work. So you might need to use one of the first 2 options just to get it going.
So based on if you're trying to do a mass production, you could use all 3 options, correct?
That's true. Yeah, you can use all 3 options. That's true.
So you've got 3 different options. Either let it stand out, use a proofer, or use a warmer. Now Jamie's going to show you right now how to use that warmer. He's going to take the tray, put it into the warmer, but what we have to do is make sure that it doesn't go too high. So we want to set it on its lowest possible setting, and then you're still going to need to open the door during the proof time of about 45 minutes. So Jamie's going to take that rack and roll it in front of the door, and that's actually how you're going to leave it. It will still get the heat, but it would keep the temperature low enough so it can proof.
Okay, here we have your typical proofer. Controls are at the bottom, which is not very friendly for old guys like me. But anyway, you set it on proof mode, and then there's a dial in the red there with the white kind of arrow, and you have to figure out what the right adjustment is. Usually it's around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock for this particular proofer, but you'll have to figure that out for whatever you have. So we'll then fill this up with the sheet pans and make sure the temperature is around 115, 120 degrees, and we'll leave it in there for about 45 minutes.
So what we wanted to show you is what a proof product will look like. So you just want to make sure that dough starts to rise, and that's going to get it set to be baked in the oven to par bake this product. So again, we're going to give you options on how to cook this. You can use your convection ovens or you could use your pizza oven. Right now we're going to show you what to look for at the convection oven. Just take a look at the next slide and they'll give you the temperatures of where you should be starting. Each oven's a little bit different, So you may have to adjust your temperatures and time. But Jamie's gonna go ahead and pull this out. And again, these are par-baked products, so we don't want them 100% cooked. So if you look, it's got a little bit of a golden brown. On the bottom, there's a little bit of goldness onto the bottom. And then we're also making sure it is cooked all the way through, but it will be cooked a little bit more in the final preparation at home. So on the pizza ovens, it's pretty easy. We're gonna again use the full sheet pan. If your oven will allow it, just put it in short side first and just let it run through. So you're just gonna let the whole tray run through, no different than you do with the pizza pans. Make sure the pan exits completely. And then your par-baked crust will look just like this. For your par-baked pizza crust, this is the settings for your Turbo Chef oven. And for your par-baked pizza crust, this is the settings for your Lincoln ovens. These are just start settings, so adjust when necessary. So when making your dough for your sandwiches, be it for hummus or any other fully cooked pizza, take your dough, put it on a sheet pan, leave it out for about an hour, and then you're gonna bake it through your oven just like you would on a normal pizza. So leave the settings exactly the same as your pizza, run them through, and you'll get a fully cooked dough as you see here. So we wanted to show you the difference between a par-baked product, which is here to the left, or a full-baked product, which is here to the right, which will be used for sandwiches or maybe cutting it into quarters for hummus. This is what you want that product to look like. And the par-baked is going to be a little bit less, but do keep in mind when the kids run it through the oven at home, it's going to finish up browning. So everyone, we had one shot to make this video, and unfortunately we cooked that a little bit too dark. So if you can, make yours a little bit lighter for those kids. Thank you. For your full baked pizza crust, proof the dough as we showed you earlier. Then use your standard pizza oven settings, no changes, just run the sheet pans through. Or if you're going to use a convection oven, set it at 400 degrees for 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay, this is the bread that we made from the raw and proofed dough using the regular pizza settings in terms of time and temperature. And for the sandwiches, you just cut the dough in half, and if you cut it into quarters, I'll get there. You can serve it with hummus or any other kind of dip. Okay, we're going to assemble one of the multi-meal kits. I'll show you how to do that. I think it's a good idea maybe to set up multiple assembly lines, especially if you're doing a mass production with thousands of crusts or whatever your volume is going to be. So the multi-meal kit starts with 5 of the par-baked crusts, and they go in one of these plastic bags. Full bag. And then we have 5 ladles of cheese. Seal that up. Put that in there. We have 5 ounces of sauce. So I've got a 3-ounce ladle. I've got a 2-ounce ladle. Okay. After we get this in the container, you pretty much judge how much to fill it up. And if you want to get a little more precise, you can just put a mark on the container, just like that. And it kind of shows you where it needs to be filled up. Looks like about halfway. Put that in the bag. Then we'll add the cold packs. We'll seal it up. All right, there it is, one multi-pack bag. And it's a learning curve, so we get faster at it as you do some. All right, we're going to show you how to do the multi-meal kit with the sandwiches. So we have 5 crusts that we cut in half, and we'll load that in one of these Ziploc bags. And this is the bread that we made, not the par-baked crust. And then we're going to add 10 ounces of meat. Goes in the Ziploc bag. And then we're going to add some condiments, some mayo, 5 packs, some mustard, 5 packs, and some ketchup, 5 packs. And then the cold packs, keep everything nice and cool. And then like before, we just seal it up. And voila, one multi-meal pack for sandwich.